television, there's a great deal of concern about ratings, and there's a variation in politics where it's polling that occupies center stage, and that's why we're so pleased now to turn to John Zogby, our resident polling expert, to break down the latest numbers pertaining to November's election. John, of course, the senior partner at Zogby Analytics, also the director at the Keenan Center for Entrepreneurship and Ethics at his alma mater, Lemoyne College. And to add to that resume, he is the author of the book, We Are Many, We Are One, Neo-Tribes and Tribal Analytics in the 21st Century America. Brother Zogby, always appreciate you Skyping in from Utica, New York. And let's jump right into the latest national polls. CNN has Trump up by 2. NBC and SurveyMonkey gives Hillary the edge, 41-37. Investors Business Daily says the candidates are tied. And of course, Real Clear Politics puts all those polls together in a kind of interesting stew and says that based on the average, it's Hillary 41-39. Basically, these things are within the margin of error. And if you were to assess Trump's chances right now, post-Labor Day, where do you put him?
About a 35% chance of winning, which is the highest that I've ever given him. And that is because he can actually win. Odds are still against him. Demographics are against him. The Electoral College is against him, but this is very close. And Hillary Clinton should be very concerned about her number, not his. Her number is the one that's at 39, actually, 40-41. And the fact is that if you take the Real Clear Politics average, but take out some of the older polls and just take a look at the more recent 3 or 4 polls, as you just delineated, you got a tie.
Well, let's talk about some other numbers tweeted from someone who used to be on our broadcast quite a bit, Scotty Nell Hughes, who is one of the Trump advocates whom you see on CNN. These polls via Twitter from Scotty Nell show Trump either tied or leading in the following battleground states: Iowa, Maine, Michigan, New Hampshire, Ohio, Utah, and Wisconsin. More of a sign that Hillary Clinton needs to be worried?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the book on this, I'm hearing even some of my colleagues, as well as other pundits, saying, well, it doesn't matter what the national numbers are. It only means anything if it's the states. Well, first of all, JD, it does matter what the national numbers are, and they are just about tied. But then so are the battleground states. Now, look, Maine and Utah cancel each other out. Those are not battleground states. But Iowa, Ohio, Florida, Virginia, these are all states that are tightening, too close to call right now.
A last piece of polling from ABC News, and something that has more than a casual interest from my perspective. An overwhelming majority believes Mr. Trump will not be able to deliver on his proposed southern border wall and have Mexico pay for it. They say 78% say he will not deliver. Is this going to hurt him in any way?
I think his support base is there, and I think that he ought to just drop this issue right now. It caused some confusion last week, and the fact is, practically speaking, Mexico, yeah, it's a heavy lift to think that Mexico is going to pay for building the wall. So he should kind of cut this one loose a little bit, focus on the economy. That's the one thing that could be an ace in the hole for him.
Well, I can tell you, and I outlined on this program, there are some ways to get it done. Number one, Mexico, in terms of remittances sent back there to that nation, you can tax it to come up with billions of dollars. You can also, and this does technically come out of our pocketbook, but it affects Mexico, take the foreign aid we give to them and redirect it toward construction of a border wall. But nevertheless, your wisdom and counsel, John Zogby, is always appreciated. Thanks for Skyping in from Utica, New York tonight. Once again, the title of Brother Zogby's new book is We Are Many, We Are One, Neo-Tribes and Tribal Analytics in 21st Century America.